Whether you're a beginner or pro, there are a few things that might indicate you're really into your hobby that might turn into a job, or that you're just really passionate about what you do. Now, one thing to note is that with this list I'm about to say, things can be subjective. Is that everything on this list is pretty much subjective. It's just my opinions of things that I think that really indicate that you're along the lines of trying to become a pro at it, if you're trying to make it a full-time thing, or if you're just really committed and passionate about what you do. So number one is waking up on the weekends. For those who work 9 to 5s, or those who are doing things in general on the weekdays, if you're going on the weekends to events, or you're going up and waking, or if you're waking up early enough to attend certain things, or just be part of experiences or attend workshops, etc., you know you're committed, because most people consider the weekend sacred to relax, to just chill, to be with friends, socialize, etc. But to go and do something kind of work related, especially if your main thing is photography, videography, or pretty much anything that you are trying to be super interested in, then you know you're committed if you are waking up on weekends on that sacred time. Now, similarly is if you are going early to your stuff. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be early to every single event, every single experience that goes along with what you're talking about, or every experience that goes along with what you're passionate about. But it is a good sign if you are trying to get there early to, get the best seats, or to network people early before everything starts. Another great sign, because just people are willing to do whatever it takes to get that extra foot into the door. Now, this next one I've done a lot, and I kind of still do it depending on what it is today, which is free work. If you're doing free work, like events and festivals that are nearby that are just cool to be part of, then you're able to justify doing it for a long time. I know for me, sometimes there's festivals near me, like, Canada Day, or where there's a winter concert. Maybe it's a sporting event. I'll go to it and just take pictures, partially just for practice, partially for fun, and just also because you never know who you're going to meet. And some of these can lead to opportunities down the road because the organizers finding out who you are, or just in general because you are there and you're there in the present. And if you strategically do it, you're able to actually accelerate this even more. And one side note, which I will give like a little bit of bonus information, is potentially if you have like a uniform, or you have stuff that related to your brand, so like maybe a shirt or something where it kind of advertises for you, then to help kind of nudge people in a bit more that you're doing this full time, or that you're really passionate about it, because you are automatically telling them this is your service, this is your business, comparatively just like going casually and not really taking it seriously, quote unquote. Another that's a great indicator is if you're getting paid to do your work. So let's just go back to photography and videography, because that's what I focus on this channel. If you're making money off of it, even if it's a little bit, it's a good sign. It's a good sign that you're along the ways of making this more of a solid thing. And especially if you are at the point where you're able to charge a decent amount for your hours, it's also a really, really good sign. For example, my first shoot was 3 to 4 hours, and I literally charged like $10 or $20. I've told the story before, but it's something that I'm really proud of to this day, and that's helped emphasize some of the stuff I'm talking about in this video. One other cool one is people looking up to you. It doesn't matter if they're younger or older than you, into you for some advice because you are more knowledgeable. That's another great sign. Like people who are going to expos and they're talking to these people who are younger than them, but they are the quote-unquote experts in that field. That's something that just shows that you are really passionate about what you're doing, and you're along the lines of that as well, in my opinion. Like I've talked about events and things on this channel and other various things that I've experienced that I can just now tell people because I've done it enough times that maybe people that are watching this video, or people in person who meet me, it's something cool to talk about, and it just comes with experience. It just comes with like getting to know the field and getting to know different things. And like I said, this goes for pretty much anything. It's not just photography and videography related, but I'm focusing on that because that's what this channel is about. Another one that I really like is because you're always thinking about it. I think there's I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Kendrick Lamar or some other artist, like some other music artist, who said, if you're thinking about it all the time and you're basically like insane about it, you are very committed and you're on the path to greatness. Or something along that lines. Again, that's not word for word, but it was something very close to that, where it's just like you show your insanity on it and you keep doing it, and you get better at it every single time. Similar to one of my previous points is another one, which is you're willing to do whatever it takes. And even if sometimes it's not the most feasible thing. For me especially, I've done this early on where I would try to take as much as I could to get the shot, or to get just the opportunity. It depends on what it was, but obviously like certain opportunities gave me a foot in the door, or they just helped me be able to post it because then people would see it online and be something cool for people to see. So that's another cool thing that I would say really helps emphasize some of my previous points as well. And last but not least is one of the biggest indicators is if you've been doing it for a long period of time, for example, like months, years, etc. And even if you don't get bored of it, if you're doing things like photo and video, and you're doing it, for years, you've had tons of experiences, whether it's events, whether it's landscapes, whatever it is, but you are able to get that experience and showcase it, and you're just always doing it. Like someone who is not committed will not do it for probably more than a few weeks and give or take a month or so. Someone who is committed, who is ready to do whatever they can to get to that passion and to always have that passion in them, to always like want to do more, and to always want to do more, that is something that shows when you've done it for years. That is what doing it for years, when people say, how long have you been doing it? When you say you've done it for years, that shows your passion, that shows your commitment. That's what I think is one of the biggest indicators as well. So like I said in the start of this video, these are all subjective, but these are just a few that I thought I would talk about today, that I would just illustrate a little bit more. Now, if you want to see another cool video, be sure to check out this video over here, or check out the channel right over here. That being said, if you want to hit me up on Instagram or any of the social media, be sure to look somewhere on screen. It'll be there. And I really hope you enjoyed, got some value. Hope to see you next video. Peace.